Okay, Jim, I think it's time for us to go through one of your songs.
Should we do a show intro?
Oh, a show intro.
Hey, how y'all doing? This is JimBob's Music Massacre.
Hello there and welcome to another edition of JimBob's Music Massacre. I'm Jim.
And I'm Bob.
This is a weekly foray into song lyrics, both new and old. A dichotomy, if you will, of song lyrics to decide what the hell they mean, whether they make any sense, whether we like them.
Let's get on with it.
Let's do it.
Every week we like to have a different artist come in and help us out.
Who have we got this week?
Oh, we've got Phoebe Wright-Spinks. Sorry.
Phoebe Wright-Spinks.
What is your...
Hello.
Hi, Phoebe. Sorry, what is your full name?
Well, my full name is Phoebe Isadora Coco Wright-Spinks.
And obviously the show wouldn't happen without our producer.
We love our
Mika
producers.
Watkins.
Hey, Mika.
Hi, Mika.
I'm no longer a guest producer, I'm just your producer.
You're the producer, this is it.
Yeah.
You've signed up for an eternity of producing this show.
I'm very happy.
Right, so let's do the first song. I've picked one this week by a little-known band called the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Oh, sorry, Beatles.
The
Beatles. No, Beatles. Sorry,
Beatles.
Beatles, yeah. And this is a classic which I'm sure everybody's heard. Well, it is. To be honest, it's only me that hadn't sort of properly heard it, but it's called Don't Pass Me By.
You heard of it, Mika?
No.
No.
Oh.
Phoebe, you heard of this before? You got that email saying learn this?
I think I might have heard this song before.
Right, okay.
Once or twice.
So this is off the White Album and was written by Richard Starkey.
Really?
Yeah.
So the Beatles didn't do everything themselves? I did not know.
Richard Starkey is the real name of Ringo Starr.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So Ringo Starr, real name Richard Starkey. Apparently he first played this to the Beatles in 1962. It was only in 1968 when they were getting really fucking desperate for songs that they said, oh, go on then, Ringo, you can do this one.
We've been doing a lot of weird brain-altering chemicals and
Me and John.
we'll take out now.
Me and John can't be asked writing any more songs, so let's just take that.
We hate each other now.
What was that really shit when you played us in 62?
Yeah,
Ringo?
they'll buy out now. The people will buy out.
Yeah.
We just stick the B at Al's name
We
on
could just
it.
fart into a microphone with a drum beat and they'd still buy it.
I'd buy that.
So this was released in 1968 and it went to number one in Denmark
When?
in 1969.
Wow.
Delayed
That's
reaction.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. So the Danish...
Is that the only song in the 60s that the Beatles released that didn't go to number one worldwide?
We'll ask our producer who does the research. What do you say, Mika?
I prefer not to comment.
Okay.
Nice, no comment.
She can neither confirm nor deny. Ringo Starr has written a lot of songs, but this is like the only one that I'm aware of. That's not to say there aren't others, but the only one I'm aware of.
Did he not write
probably
the theme tune to Thomas the Tank Engine?
He didn't write the theme tune to that. He narrated it though.
Oh, cool.
Oh, and Thomas pulled into a siding. Yes, Phoebe.
I didn't.
Anything to get Jim's basket of impressions out.
You. Yeah.
Right, so let's crack on. Let's have a listen to it.
All right. How do we do this? Okay.
Play us a song, Phoebe.
So where are you thinking?
Just here.
Just wherever, you know.
I'm not lugging that piano somewhere else.
I listen for your footsteps coming up the drive. I listen for your footsteps, but they don't arrive. Waiting for your knock, dear, on my old front door. I don't hear it. Does it mean you don't love me anymore?
Okay, cool. So far, we've got Ringo Starr sat at home.
Can't see out wrong with it.
No, he's waiting for someone.
Yeah.
But so far not turned up. Aircon's annoying, isn't it? Right, so let's do the next verse. Let's have a listen. What's going to happen?
I'm sorry that I doubted you. I was so unfair. You were in a car crash and you lost your hair. You said that you'd be late about an hour or two. I said that's alright, I'm waiting here, just waiting here to hear from you.
What? Ringo, what the fuck are you... What are you doing? So this is a kind of starts off as a bittersweet song about he's waiting for someone who doesn't turn up, and then he's like, oh, where?
There's one thing I'll let you off. You know, you've been late so many times. There better be a good reason this time. There better be a good reason. What is it? What's happened?
I was in a car crash and I lost all my hair.
Oh, Well, I'm sorry I doubted you then. I mean, that's
But as a writer sitting around looking for a reason as to why somebody might be late, it's like, oh no, but why they're late? They've left me. No, we've done that before. Oh, what else is like car crash? Oh
Car
yeah,
crash.
we've not done that before. Let's wangle that into a song. So yeah, it feels a little bit. But then I suppose if you're Ringo Starr and you're tripping balls on acid, then that may sort of strike you as a viable.
Have you ever needed to be late, or you were late and shaved off your hair just as an excuse?
I might have used the excuse, but I wouldn't shave off my hair in time
So you
with
think you might have in the past used that exact excuse?
I mean,
Well, I
You
could
can-
say no, because I could say, oh, sorry, I went for a wax.
Ah,
Right.
right. Oh, right.
Lost that hair. So
Right.
I was
Oh,
obviously
God.
assuming hair on the head.
I was
How
picturing
naive
car
of me.
crash, fire, head on fire, but
Yeah.
lost
Scalped.
hair. Hey, weirdly, this is the second time that we've talked about heads on fire because
Yeah.
I know in the other show, Dolly Parton,
yeah.
Yeah, last week,
That
if
last
you
week.
remember, we were chatting about
Dolly
Dolly Parton's
Parton,
hair being
Jolene.
on-
His head was on fire.
Yeah.
More of
And
a
now-
theme than we thought.
Maybe this is Jolene. Maybe Jolene is the person that, and this is Dolly's man who's singing it.
So I'm
Interesting.
sorry that I doubted you. I was so unfair. You were in a car crash and you had your muff waxed. I know. I don't buy it, Mika.
I
I think it was literally she's been put on the spot and gone. You're late. Why? I was in a
lost
car
it.
crash and lost all my hair.
Do you
No,
think
see,
she
I
meant
think-
to say I washed my hair?
Oh, maybe maybe that's the lyrics.
And then I washed. I mean, then she just had to stick with it because she said it. It was
Yeah.
out there.
Washed rhymes with lost. So it could have like
So I was in a car crash, and then she thought, you know what? I'll tone it down a bit now, and I washed my hair.
Yeah.
Why were you late? I was in a car crash. Oh, and also I was washing
the
my
blood
hair.
out.
that was like John's suggestion. It's like, why don't you say, oh yeah, she lost her hair, and then Ringo's gone, yeah, brilliant, lost her hair.
Lost
That's-
it.
I'm saying that. No, I said washed. Yeah, lost. Great.
Watch my lips.
Oh dear.
Is there any other meaning for car crash, though? I mean, we got lost your hair wrong.
She could have literally been like, sorry, I'm a car crash.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, or
I really think this is an ordinary modern day woman who's just saying things like, sorry, I'm a bit of a mess, I went for a wax. And they've completely been taken out of proportion.
I thought it was just a horrific second verse whereby a
'Cause
woman was in a
if you
car
lose
crash.
your hair in a car crash, I mean, you've been scalped, right?
Yeah, a couple
That's
of
a
times.
serious, that's hospital for a year.
Yeah. Well,
But
for
if
most
you-
people, I
if you-
didn't. I was up and around pretty quickly after my scalping, but
If you go into the next bit,
yeah. Well, exactly. The next bit. So, can you take it from? You said that you would be late, Phoebe. So, and you lost your hair, and then the next line after that.
You are in a car crash and you lost your hair. You said that you would be late about an hour or two. I said that's alright. I'm just waiting here to hear from you.
So,
so she predicted that she was going to be in a car crash, is what I'm saying. It's like,
oh,
are you going to be...
A very minor one, though. It's only take her,
Yeah.
take her an hour.
No, it's not, what, you lost your hair in a car crash and you think that's a minor car crash?
yeah. Some of the
No,
car
but
crashes
that's the
Mika's
thing.
been in are just
But
like.
then she's saying I'll be an hour or two, right?
Yeah. So if
So
she...
it's a minor car crash.
But-
She just took her hair with her.
Oh, see, because I'm reading this as like, so you were in a car crash and you lost your hair, but even though she'd been in a car crash and she's lost her hair, she was still had the presence of mind to go, oh God, I'm going to be late for Ringo again. So I'm going to call him and say, look, I'm going to be a bit late, about an hour or two. All right, why? What's the problem? What's going on? So I can't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it right now. But
You just wait there.
I'm going to be late.
Wait to hear from me.
It's like, oh, doctors there going mental. It's like, look, we really need to get you into surgery right now. It's like, no, I need to speak to Ringo.
And she's got to find a payphone at
Yeah.
during those days. It's not like she just get a mobile out and ring it.
No, he's like, go to and doctors at Ringo. What, Ringo Starr? Like, yeah. It's like, oh, right, fair enough. Yeah, but say hi from me.
Yeah. Tell him.
It's like painting a very different side to this whole song, which is a very dedicated woman who's got very badly hurt, but is still making the effort to call him
Absolutely.
and get there.
And I think Ringo should feel a bit disappointed with himself that his immediate assumption was, oh, she's late again. It's like, she's been in a fucking accident. And
Well,
she's
that's
still
why he's
calling for help.
apologising.
But
And like,
He's saying, "I'm
doctors
sorry
recommended
about
she
this."
should stay in under observation for several days, but she's like, no, I'm going to be late, about an hour or two. I just need to get my hair sewn back on, my scalp sewn back on, and then we'll be with you.
although I feel like in the chorus he's saying, don't pass me by. And that's not actually quite the same thing as not turning up altogether. So I think there
Right.
might
She
be
was driving the
another.
car.
There
Yeah.
might have been another. She drove by.
She just lit drive by.
No, she didn't drive by. Instead of driving by, she just crashed next to him. It's like, don't pass me by. She's like, all right, just crashed next to him. It's like, how do you stop this thing?
Well, because then she did at least turn up.
Yeah.
Which again fits with Don't Make Me Blue. He's like, don't fucking plough the car into me because I can't be dealing with bruises and shit.
Well, I mean, a great way to defect it is sort of like, he's going to be angry that I'm late, so if I just crash into a tree next to him, that'll sort of like, he'll forget all about the lateness. He's like, oh, you're all right. Like, oh, God, yeah.
I have to, this might give away a secret of a friend of mine, but he was once late for work, Andre, and he'd been late a lot of times, so he did just crash his car into a bridge. As the excuse for being late.
So if the insurance company or the police are listening to this, that's Andre Robotham. Andre Robotham. When was the accident, Bob, roughly?
Roughly the time that this song was released, I think. He did lose his hair.
Well, yeah, he went bald.
Yeah, like in the 20 years after that.
Yeah. But as a direct result of the car crash. Is that what he claimed for on insurance?
Yeah. The Belgravia Centre have paid out, and 20 years on, they're like, right, the stress of that car crash is what's led predominantly to the hair loss.
It's feel for you, Andre.
But I don't know, I like to think that she's predicted it. She's like, you know what, I'm going to be a bit late. Oh, really, what's the problem? Yeah, I'm going to have a car crash, and I'll lose my hair.
Well.
And he's like, all right, fine, I'll just be sat here waiting for you then.
Cool.
She's like, what?
You're not going to question that?
Don't be here waiting for me. I've told you I'm going to crash my car and lose my hair. Just,
make
other plans tonight.
If you're committed, you'll get here.
I'm not.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I'm done with this song. It was that verse of the car crash. It's kind of like me playing the victim. Love unrequited, perhaps. No, she was in a car crash.
Don't pass me by, don't make me cry, don't make me blue. 'Cause darling, I love only you. You'll never know it hurt me so. I hate to see you go, don't pass me by, don't make me cry.
You're listening to the smooth tunes of JimBob's Music Massacre.
Mixed metaphors.
Okay, so this is when you mix metaphors.
So yeah, it's a mixed metaphor. It's a clever
With
play
oid
mixed
on the
metaphor.
End. We're going to have to register those domains before we get this out there.
Yes.
This is one from a friend who said...
Who is it?
Who's it from?
My friend Jade.
Oh, Jade.
Thanks for listening and writing in and giving us this.
And she said, a wolf in cheap clothing.
Oh.
Rather than a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh, I thought instead of a wolf in expensive clothing.
A wolf in clothing.
Well, that's not too bad a one, is it? Because, wool is pretty cheap. So if a wolf was wearing sheep's clothing, it would also be cheap clothing.
Actually, is sheepskin not quite expensive?
There's
But just wool.
sheepskin woolen, but sheepskin
Depends if it's
jackets.
sheepskin or just a sheep's clothes. They're different things.
Oh, so
Sheep's
you're
skin.
thinking that a wolf's in sheep's actual clothes,
Yeah.
like a velvet
Like
jacket
a
or
waistcoat
something?
over its outer
Right.
layer.
Okay.
Like a Gucci.
It's actually a very smartly dressed wolf.
Because it's stolen the clothes of a smartly dressed sheep.
Exactly.
Right. You heard it here first.
Mixed metaphors.
We're always on the lookout for pedantoids, mixed metaphoids and misheardhoids here at JimBob's Music Massacre. So if you've got any, please get in touch. You can contact us at Twitter, which is @JimBob's Music, Facebook and Instagram, where JimBob's Music Massacre, or you can visit our website, jimbobsmusicmassacre.com.
Right.
Psychic.
Your song, Bob. What are we doing for your song, Bob? Pick a song, Bob. Just random.
I'm
Off the
actually.
cuff.
Randomly
You're actually what? You're off. You've got to go.
I've got to go now, so.
Have you?
No.
Okay, the song that I'm going to talk about now was released by a British rock band in 1980 as a single and was the title track to an album of the same name.
Again.
Yeah, like last week.
Yeah.
I liked the
Yeah,
song
last
last week.
week, yeah.
I like to pick songs that are the title songs of albums.
It was a big thing.
Yeah, this song spent 13 weeks in the UK singles chart and originally peaked at number 15 upon its initial release.
Incredible.
And then, at the midweek point in January 2016, it entered the charts again and reached number 9 following the death of the band's frontman in
What?
December 2015. Oh, have you guessed what it is? So,
You're not the only
right.
psychic.
In March 2005, Q magazine placed it at number 27 in a list of the 100 greatest guitar tracks. The song is, of course, The Ace of Spades by Lemmy and Motorhead.
Wow. I'm sure they're going to be proud to hear me do an acoustic piano cover of this.
It lends itself perfectly to it.
Yeah.
So, do you want to just do the Ace of Spades? The
Yes.
Ace of Spades.
Just do the chorus.
Yeah.
It's on you.
The ace of spades. Ooh.
Whoa, yeah.
Nice.
The ace of spades. The ace of spades. The ace of spades.
Awesome.
What's he trying to say there?
I think it's saying the Ace of Spades.
Oh, right.
It's a card in a.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
this-
I know. I
does say
played a
Ace of
bit of poker in my
You
time, Bob.
do, yeah. I thought I remember you did. So, Jim,
Bit of a whale.
what's your favourite card?
Actually, the Ace of Spades.
I would have thought that your favourite card was Alfred from the game Guess Who? Is that? That's more your sort
Well,
of
actually,
card that you're hoping for when you're playing a game of poker.
there was one of the guys in Guess Who actually looked a lot like my dad. I can't remember his name.
Oh,
I
Alfred.
know my dad's name.
Yeah, do
I
you?
can't remember the
Do you?
Guess who?
Is that your mum was? You and your mum played that often, did you? It's like,
Guess your
Mum,
dad.
who's my dad? Guess her out again, Jim. We'll go through it. I don't know. All right. Just did he wear glasses? Yeah, all
has he
right.
got a hat on?
Yeah, and it always turned out that card looked like your dad.
It did.
Interesting. Do you know what Lemmy's real name was? Anyone?
Leamington?
Yeah, what are they
Lemon.
Lemming?
Yeah, Lemmy Lemington. No, his name. His name was Ian Fraser Kilmister.
Ian Frey.
Kilmister.
Kilmister or
Kill-
Kilminster?
Kilmister.
Oh.
Kilmister. Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Yes.
Can I swear?
Yeah, fucking yeah.
Okay, so
For fuck's sake, you can swear.
It's not the fucking
Ties in with the Ace of
BBC.
Spades, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with this song, I'm kind of struggling to find out whether I think that Lemmy is actually a really positive role model for gambling or a complete mess. Let's hear this next bit.
Okay.
Please gamble responsibly.
If you like to gamble, I'm telling you I'm your man. You win some, lose some, it's all the same to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
He don't care.
you don't care.
Just don't give a shit.
But I think that's a good thing because I think, pretty much like you actually, Jim.
Well, it's funny you should say that because I was going to say it's a bit like you.
Ooh,
Snap,
right.
bitch.
Do you remember one time when we were playing poker, Jim, and it got to a really tense part
Yep.
of the game, and
There's been so many. Which one are you? One in particular?
yeah, I'll tell you the one in particular. I'm just explaining to you now. So, the last card came. Everybody in the room was looking. It was Jim heads up against this other guy. All the chips
What was
were
his
in the
name?
middle. His name was, who was it?
I think it was Rich, wasn't it?
Was it Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so all the chips were in the middle. Last card comes over. Everybody's like, ooh. Everybody turns to look at Jim. Jim's like, going,
Ooh.
and we're like,
No, Jim, you've won.
Jim, you know you've won, don't you? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But he still wouldn't get the chips because he thought we might be tricking him. He's just looking there going like, yeah, I know I've won. We're like, well, do you want to take your chips? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, I'd forgotten my little chart which tells me which hand wins over which. All right. I didn't know.
So
But I did win, and I won big.
you won big.
80
the whale.
quid.
80 quid.
80
Fuck.
quid took
That's
home,
actually
yeah.
quite a good way of bluffing if you just don't know at all.
It's not
Well,
really
actually-
called bluffing though, is it? I mean, you
It's a double bluff.
is it? All right, okay.
Maybe it's the king.
It's actually really hard playing.
Bluffing.
It's actually really hard playing in poker against people who don't know what they're doing because you can't read them and you've no idea. They could be like going, "Oh, I've got a really good hand," and they don't know it, but then they do. Exactly. Case in point, me.
Case in point, you're a genius.
I'm a fucking genius.
Like Lemmy.
Genius.
Right, Remington.
Yeah.
So I think that is all cool if you're gambling responsibly. Like you've got your little budget and you're just having a bit of a laugh.
You got a budgie with it?
Budget.
Oh right, budget.
Just because I'm from up north, we don't say T's properly, do we?
That was like in mine. You take a canary to know if when you go gambling, you take a budgie.
Little budgie
Just
with you.
make sure.
Yeah, when I play poker, I have a little budgie with me that, like, when I've got low on chips, it'll just collapse and die, and then I walk out. That's how I know to leave.
I was thinking he'd sort of like he'd look at the other cards and it. Oh, Queen
That
of
would have made
Spades.
more sense,
Pair of
actually. No,
queens.
mine just collapsed and died.
Yeah.
Bit of a silly
Sad
way
story.
to train it. I wish I'd had you there.
animal
I
cruelty.
wish I'd had you sat on my shoulder, just telling me what to do.
Stick, twist. No, Jim, it's poker. All right.
Yeah, Lemmy does start to sound a bit badass, and Lemmy, famous,
Oh, God, yeah.
famous for hard living. Did you know he was actually physically
Sick.
had to take speed. His body was so used to amphetamines that he couldn't go a day without it. It was like
We've all been there, haven't we?
yeah, that was
a tough
year.
decade.
So if we just hear this next bit.
You know I'm born to lose, and gambling's for fools. But that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever.
Rock and roll. That's
I
rock
know.
and roll, man.
Yeah.
That's the way that Jim plays poker.
Yeah.
Throw all of his
Chips on the
chips
floor.
on the floor.
Throw fucking the cards on the floor. I'd take my
Show his
pants off.
budgie on the floor.
Yeah, like smash,
Just
tramp
rock
on the
and
budgie.
roll.
Yeah.
That's super badass. Until
Oh.
Lemmy sings the next line.
Oh.
And don't forget the Joker.
Don't forget the Joker.
As far as I'm aware, the Joker's removed from the pack before.
Exactly. You know what, Lemmy? I am going to forget the Joker. You know what? Because even if the Joker accidentally makes its way into the pack and you get dealt it, you just say, I accidentally got the Joker. Is there a chance I could have another card? And they just deal you another card. So I am forgetting the Joker.
Yeah, I'm
Of course
forgetting the Joker.
Of course I'm forgetting the Joker.
But you're assuming they're playing poker.
No, there's no gambling
Oh,
game
yeah,
whatsoever.
no.
No, there's
ooh.
the game where you
Yeah.
pick the Joker out.
Oh,
In casinos.
Yeah, for cash.
Hey, who
Have you,
says that
have you
we're
played
playing
high
in a
stakes?
casino?
Pick the Joker out. That's
Yeah.
called
Oh, you
Scabby
know-
Queen.
Scabby
All
Queen,
you
yeah,
know
you
is
played.
the
I played that in a
gambling.
casino.
With the
In
Joker.
Vegas, yeah.
Scabby. That's
Scabby
Scabby
Joker.
Joker. Oh, you played. That was a different thing, Jim. That was in a small club in Finsbury Park.
Oh,
Scabby
yeah, it
Joker.
was, yeah, that was a good one.
What?
Was
A
it
small
Rose?
alleyway. No,
Yeah, yeah. And there were no cards involved.
exactly.
I mean, Lemmy does say the pleasure.
It does say the pleasure.
He does say the.
The pleasure is to play. It makes no difference what you say.
Yeah, I get. I'm totally fine with that. I just think it just doesn't make me feel like he's a badass if he's playing all these high stakes gambling games where a Joker could be involved. Pass the Joker, Scabby Joker.
Unless he doesn't mean Joker with a capital J, and he's just like he's the Joker. You know, he's like a Joker.
Oh.
Oh.
But he
He's
is a
more
bit
being
of a
like
Joker.
he's like
talking about
don't
Jokers.
forget to be funny. And,
Don't forget
you
that
know.
I'm here.
Don't forget that the life and soul's here. By the way, anyone got any speed? Because I'm coming down and feeling terrible right now.
Jim will have some. He likes it. Because if he's saying don't forget the Joker, then you know most packs of cards also come with the rules to bridge. It's like, why is he not saying that? It could have been it's like, don't forget the Joker or the rules to bridge. And the last packet of cards I got came with an advert for Pass the Pigs in it.
Well, there you go.
I love Pass the Pigs.
Pass
Yeah.
the-
Pass the Pigs is a classic game. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
maybe
High stakes.
He
High
might have
stakes
been
Pass the
talking
Pigs.
about Pass the Pigs this
Yeah.
whole time.
Bob and I sometimes play that. Like,
Scabby Pass the Pigs.
yeah, 100 quid buy-in.
Yeah?
Down at the Piccadilly pub, the Queen's Head.
I
The
mean,
Queen's Head pub at Piccadilly Circus.
It's not entirely true. I was at a craps game in Vegas where I wanged a couple of Pass the Pigs on there. They weren't happy with it.
well,
Sir,
There's-
we've told you about this before. Please stop throwing your pigs onto the...
And here's your winnings. You did get making bacon. There you go.
It's pigs and troughs, really, isn't it?
It's pigs, troughs, sheep, amphetamines. That's a Jim's night in, basically.
Every time I gamble, there's like no part of me that believes I won't win.
What?
Yeah. So when I can't go to the races
That's a
and
bit
stuff.
of a gamble.
I know, it really is.
And
So
have
when
you
I
ever
go
been
to
proved wrong? Or are you like a
no,
savant at gambling?
frequently proved wrong. But I've won the Grand National like 3 times in a row.
As a jockey.
As a horse.
As a horse.
It's like Lester Piggott riding Mika.
Yeah.
And it's Mika Watkins coming around the straight. We're Mika
Please
Watkins.
don't
This
say
Mika
looks
Right,
Italian fair, this looks Italian fair, there's a human being ridden by another
Always
human.
chasing losses, always chasing losses, coming up behind
I'm
Mika
the
Watkins.
only human in the Grand National and I win against all the horses. I think I deserve
3
to win.
times. That's
3 times
red
Grand
rum
National,
standard. That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
You know I'm born to lose, and gambling's for fools. But that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever. And don't forget to pass the pigs.
And as the Gamble Aware website says, when the fun stops, stop. Now, that doesn't apply to this podcast, though. Like, when the fun
Just keep
stops here,
listening, please,
keep going,
keep listening.
all right? Double
Persevere,
down,
'cause-
do whatever it takes to just stay through it, because this will get fun again. And put it on Mika.
So this could be like a new section for the show specifically for today. Maybe going forward, but Phoebe and I like to do some punnery from time to time.
Right.
So, for example, the fish punnery that we'd do, we'd say, "Oh, Phoebe, that joke's got no soul."
How about space? Seeing as I'm writing about space.
Okay, space.
Space
yeah.
and aliens, you know, all that shit.
Mika, you're a bit of a star. to
I
be
would
honest,
do,
Mika.
but I feel a bit alienated about that one.
That's right, son. It's all right. I'll edit out the pauses. It'll seem like a
Space was not a good
seamless
one.
flow of it. It's just
I need
something.
something to take me back down to earth.
Yeah, it feels
Too
like the
far
atmosphere
away
has
right
just been
now.
sucked straight out of this
Yeah.
room.
Jim, I can see your anus.
Sorry,
it's that one.
I put my pants back on. I shouldn't have taken them off. It was inappropriate. Yeah.
Was it, or was that just a black hole?
He's mooning everybody.
I think it was a wormhole. It was what's
Put a bit sick.
Just doing a bit of mooning.
Oh,
Around
mooning. Yeah.
here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I shouldn't be mooning in the studio, showing off
No
my
mooning in
anus.
the studio.
My anus doesn't work, does it? I shouldn't
Now
be
the
mooning,
puns
showing
are
off
just
your
about
anus.
your arse.
Yeah.
Must remember to vacuum in here later.
3 out of 10. 3 out of 10.
Come on, he's trying. You've only come up with that one. You're like, can we do Spades?
Mine was
Because I've
the
come out
best,
with
though.
a Uranus joke.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a pun.
Just talking about my anus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on, you two.
I feel like I'm kind of being Jupitered.
Oh, like
nice,
it.
Nice. If you've enjoyed JimBob's Music Massacre, then please do give us a share on social media. It helps us to build a bit of a fan base. And if you're on iTunes, then please do give us a rating in iTunes. Thanks a lot.
Okay. So this is Kanye, Gold Digger.
No.
What?
Hi, Kanye. Nice to meet you.
Who sent this in?
The most un-Kanye.
Hi, this is Kanye, Gold Digger, reporting live from JimBob's Music Massacre.
This one is from Kim Hibbert. It's Gold Digger by Kanye,
All right.
where he says, "But I'm looking for the one. Have you seen her? My psychic told me she have an ass like Serena," which they thought was, "My psychic told me she have an Essex arena."
That's quite it.
That's very specific for Kanye
Yeah.
to be singing about. I've got a misheardoid.
Oh, okay.
This is from Laura. You know that song? Ooh, ooh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She thought it was, ooh, I think that I found myself a cherry pie.
She's watched a lot of those sort of cartoons where some like person would be walking past and a cherry pie would be cooling
On a
window,
windowsill.
and then someone would eat it.
Yeah.
And then they'd get beaten up, like Tom from Tom and Jerry would get beaten up. For,
Yeah,
like,
for nicking the
for
pie.
nicking that pie.
Isn't cherry pie like a sort of derogatory term for like a prostitute?
Oh,
So when when you're like, I want a slice of cherry pie, or it's like a piece of meat.
It's not the most derogatory term I've heard for a prostitute.
Maybe it's not prostitute, maybe it's woman.
yeah. That does explain why when I went into that brothel in America and I asked for a slice of cherry pie, they looked at me strangely.
Jim, everybody looked at you strangely because
I was ordering cherry
it was
pie
like,
in a
you know what I
brothel.
fancy? A slice of cherry pie. It was like, why don't you go to that little, why don't you go to IHOP?
No, I want it here from here.
Yeah, this is a brothel, Jim.
If you've enjoyed JimBob's Music Massacre, then head on over to jimbobsmusicmassacre.com where you can subscribe to our mailing list, and every time we post a new episode, we'll send you a little email.